Yeah.
It's a double kill for Jim.
Oh my God, Jim!
Looking pretty good. It's gonna be a triple kill. Jim comes on fire. Jim comes on fire.
Angle, but couldn't land the shot. The dart dump the 2-piece! Oh my God!
Cada equipo ahí contento con los dos trató de darle ese respetazo ahí, consigue dominar a Pizza y rápido se voltea y
destaque na marotagem, belo ângulo dele! For him, he's gonna be able to take out. Oh my God!
Oh no!
He was down to 1 second on the clock.
Já pegou bala na cara do Master. O ImPERium vai tentando fazer o primeiro. Da estátua vai tentar o tiro porrada e bomba! Vem! Clutch muito difícil de vencer, mas...
Square on the body that you hit. He no-scoped Raballo right there. He no-scoped.
Termina eliminando a Jackie, igual queda solamente vivo por parte de repente, consigue la primera baja en este round, se da cuenta que no
And we are back live for another banger. It's your boy Verdict, and with me today on this lovely Tuesday evening for you guys is the ever so popular Mr. 14K followers on Instagram himself, ImPERium.
God damn it, man.
Bro, how are you doing today, my guy?
I'm pretty good, damn you. You're not wrong, but good, but yeah, thank you.
He's a
I'm
celebrity
good.
in his own, bro. Come on.
It is currently 27 degrees where I live. There's even a heat wave alert that's being put out. So I'm loving the sunshine. I'm loving the weather. I'm hoping that these two games that come up are going to be just as hot or going to heat things up even more. So, say Verdict, let's bring it on, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, I saw you sweating before broadcast. If these matches are as sweaty as I think they are going to be, we might see ImPERium strip down to his undies, because I'm going to be honest with you, man. If it was 27 degrees where I'm at, it's freezing outside because it's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. I don't know why. At any rate, I don't know where I was going.
Whoa! Excuse me, Firstly, just confirm that's for the OnlyFans only, okay? Like, you know.
So that's where all that traffic
only.
from Instagram's coming from, right?
Exactly.
All right, guys, you heard it. That's right. We're starting late tonight. Have no fear. We're still gonna have some pretty decent matchups upcoming. A little side note before we jump into that, we're going to talk about what happened over the weekend. We obviously saw the results from the Masters event. You know, Nova came out on top. XOXO finished in second place position. You know, it was a sweaty matchup there. On the NA side of things, we saw Tribe prevail over Truly. They ended up taking out NYSL Mayhem in the losers bracket to go ahead and get that best of 5 to finish. It was a great weekend for mobile esports. Now, we took a step back from that after yesterday's encounters. Obviously, we see Tragic disband and we see XOXO disband. So we won't be seeing them in the tournament anymore. However, they are going to be replaced for 2 other teams that we've already got lined up. Omniscient, which is a newer team who were in the Challengers event, and EXE, who I'm not 100% familiar with, but super excited about getting them in the mix today. So today's matches will be EXE versus Stamina to start us off with, which I do have pulled up right here, as well as Bunker Rock Esports versus Anarchy. So based off of the matches for the day, I don't know how EXE is going to be faring against Stamina. Stamina is just, you know, they're OP. Bunker Rock and Anarchy should be a decent matchup, though.
Yeah, the EXE Stamina matchup, I predicted 2-0 to Stamina. Is that partly down to me not knowing much about the EXE roster? Yeah, I'll be honest, that is part of it. But it mainly comes down to how strong I know this Stamina roster is and how easily they've come across in the last couple of weeks and months, and how much they've evolved their gameplay across the board. The Bunker Rog Anarchy match, I still predict a win for Bunker Rog, but I could see Anarchy taking a game from them. So I'm hoping that we get to game 3 at least in one of the series today, verdict, and yeah, let's see what happens.
We shall see what happens as we're getting geared up for another day. You know, the other matches that were going to be played, obviously Aphelion, also another team that is on the brink of, you know, got something going on, so we won't be able to see them play today. I forget who, Aphelion was supposed to be playing Nova Esports, and Nova Esports, as we take a look at the standings, actually going to get a freebie today. But that obviously is going to happen. Oxygen also going to get a freebie, as we didn't have the time to get another team in for XOXO. It literally happened within 24 hours. So, I mean, you see the news on Twitter. It's obviously out there for everyone to know. We've all spoke our piece on it. But I was so, I mean, you know what? I was so excited about seeing, you know, where XOXO came from to where they got to.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
But at the same time, dude, you got to do what's best for you. So, Nova Esports takes the lead at 80 points, and we're just running away with it. Hey now. You're an all-star. Come on now, Hirsch. Oxygen, 45 points in second place positioning. Stamina going to be right there. Potentially going to be able to take over that 20 extra points from today's matchup, pending EXE. So we're predicting that matchup to be a 2-0. That's not any disrespect towards EXE. As a matter of fact, it's an opportunity for you to prove us wrong. It's more along the lines of how, you know, OP we see Stamina. So if you're out there and you're rooting for EXE, definitely don't be discouraged by that, right?
No, definitely don't want to be discouraged. You know, you said it. EXE, they're someone new to this. They have an opportunity. They've got to take that ball and run with it. Having Omniscient as well in a similar pattern. I know they're not playing today, but that's something that they can look to take on board. The disbanding of kind of two fantastic rosters has definitely, I think, in the EU scene. In a little bit of a sad way, I believe. Or tragic. Yeah, they rose back up somewhat, you know, off 3-4 months ago when it was kind of formerly Aphelion. They joined Tragic, and they were really kind of looking very strong despite maybe struggling in some areas. You know, Jim was evolving extremely well as a player. Just rapping through the meta quite nicely. And for XOXO, it was really much for me as like they were the legend killers turned into legends themselves, right? And then poof, it all goes away. So there's shoes to be filled. They're gonna be big shoes. It might take a while for those shoes to be filled, but it's up to EXE, Omniscient, and any of the other teams or players are coming through the EU scene to step up, step out, and show us what you've got. So I'm excited for this first series because I really want to see EXE put on a good showing.
Absolutely. When one door shuts, another one opens. It's a new opportunity for someone who's going to be the XOXO or Aphelion of this season. Last season we saw those two teams come from qualifiers, or from challengers rather, and they were just such a force to be reckoned with. I'm looking for that team to stand out. EXE, is it you that I'm looking for? I'm hoping so, bro. Yeah. I'm absolutely hoping
for sure.
For sure. Go ahead and dive into this first series. Take off Hardpoint, where we're going to start off at. Crossfire, Search and Destroy, Raid Domination, Sparrow, and Annihilator are banned. So EXE going to ban the Hackney Yard map. Stamina going to ban the... Oh, man, dude, why? The standoff map. Obviously, that's a map that, you know, they don't want to fiddle with. That's okay. That's okay.
Weird. A little bit weird that standoff map has been taken out of the equation. But it does allow for an interesting set of maps, to be fair. Starting with Takeoff is going to give us a good sign of what might come in the other two games of the series. Crossfire, I'm always a fan of that map, and ending on Raid if we do get to Game 3. If that in itself will be pretty spicy because teams are very familiar with Raid and they'll be able to rock it with their socks out.
Rock out with your socks out, guys. That's right. Game number 1. take off Hardpoint. This huge map, only 4 points on the hill. We're going to see that dead center be that first objective. We're going to see how these guys play it out. We're going to be on board with Narcs, my guy. Actually, Drari making his way over to the Stamina team. As we saw the XOXO roster disband. Balance. And who was the other player that went to Oxygen?
Oh, my lord, I forget. Faint?
Yeah, maybe Faints, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I forget exactly. So many changes been happening. It's just something that we have to, you know, process over the next couple of days and see what ends up coming to fruition. But in this first hard point, it may only be 15, 16 seconds in, but boys from Stamina are starting off strong with that all-elusive lead, and a very open hard point shows that they're not messing about and they're not giving EXE a chance, which is honestly what I want to see. As much as I want to see EXE do well, I don't want it to be based off Stamina underperforming, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. You want to beat these guys at their top ability, so that way you know you have the capability of doing so. Now, with that being stated, with these guys top-notch playing, it's going to be damn near impossible for anybody to get on the point. As we can see, P1's already coming to a conclusion, and it has been a shutout so far. So 50-plus points coming into side of Stamina. They're going to have an early advantage going into P2. They're going to have a little bit of score streak action to go along with it. They're going to have some operators to come through. And with P2 opening up, actually an early retake for the guys over at EXE. So a decent start here in P2.
Well, it shows that they're ready to at least put up a fight, but it's hard to breach it. You may start it, but you've got to be able to finish it as well. And Grizz gets a triple kill on board to lay that one down to the ground. Narkson steps up to play Toby, grabbing the kill as well, and back into the loving arms of Stamina. This hardpoint is 61-7. The one player that I have been observant of from EXE so far is Seku. I know he's on a negative KD, but I've recognized that he has put in a couple of very solid shots in the first couple of minutes of this game, and I'm excited to see if that will be maybe carried through, and if other players from his team can follow that up in some way, shape, or form. This is not an easy game, right? It's not an easy game for EXE.
There's no easy way to jump into a regular season of Mayhem. Getting thrown right into the fiery pits, and you got to go against an OP Stamina roster. That's tough. I mean, we got legends on this team.
It is.
Grizz is probably by far the best shotgunner in the EUC, probably best shotgunner in the game at one point. So, I mean,
I agree.
You're going against the great in Grizz, and then you got Narcs. Narcs been, voted best sniper in seasons past. It's tough. And then you got Toby, the addition, or AKA iPherd, AKA iPod, AKA he's got so many names where I can't keep up with it. Nonetheless, 95-21. As we do see a break on the potential. Oh no, it's not. It's gonna be cut shy, and the guys over at. Oh no, we do get it. X-John actually gonna be coming through. We're gonna have two players down bottom. And they're going to actually shut off Stamina out of this P3 rotation. This is a pretty decent mid-game performance from them.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. They play it through. Nice by Fear K1. Takes down Drari. Nice double trouble play, but Grizz is going to grab one with the shotgun, no doubt. Going to look for the second one in towards the front line down the bottom of the stairs. Fear K1 is going to at least get that one, but time's being wasted as the next hardpoint has spotted up. 102-41 and counting. It's a little bit better from EXE. Gotta give him credit where it's due, not giving up on this one, continue to stick at the Stamina as much as possible, as it's a double kill with the death machine from John.
Yeah, this is a stellar P4 performance. This is one of those points that could get a bit tricky to break. As I say that, we got a sentry gun coming in. As we are just discounting, I was discounting at first the abilities here from EXE. They've shown that they can stand in the pits and fight with the best of Stamina. Now, an early retake is going to be mid retake is going to be difficult for them to break. P1's going to be out in the open. You're going to want to push this as much as you can. Get 5-10 seconds. If you can get this remaining 8, that'd be great. But at the same time, it's not so much about getting these 8 seconds. It's so much about not letting the side of Stamina get the remainder of those 8 seconds, because then they'll be that much closer to getting a W. I mean, reality, it's 36 points away from closing this thing out. Is that possible here in P1? Maybe. We'll see how Grizz actually holds as he's got a... Oh, he's going to be beamed. Death Machine up. John going to be there in that Sniper Perch to answer. This is, you know, one of those points that we said. It's out in the open. It's going to be difficult to maintain. And we're expecting a lot of trades here.
Yeah, and to be fair, with how Stamina control P1 the first time around at the start of the game, I've no doubt they could end on this one, but with 30 seconds left on the clock, EXE are doing something pretty good. And one thing I've noticed with the stats, at least, you know, the one thing that's probably giving Stamina the win is the fact that as a team they are probably a little bit more developed, actually, obviously a little bit more more developed and more refined, because when you look at the KDs, it's not like they're absolutely slaying all of the EXE players with KDs. It's only really John that has a insanely negative KD, and when you look over on Stamina, nobody's really standing out in terms of, you know, it's only really Grizz that has 23-17. Everybody else is pretty close.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is a huge map, wide open, right? He's been able to exploit so many corridors and cubbies and pop up on kids out of nowhere. That shotgun is just ever so present. We're going to get an early retake. Beer and Rondo going to push in as 4 seconds is only needed for the side of Stamina. They're going to have a 4-man push. That's going to be tough to hold. And Narcs and Team Stamina are going to be able to secure this puppy out. They take game 1 in a pretty decent 150 to 90 fashion. I got to give it to EXE. I did not expect them to get past the 50 threshold. And here they are, almost putting up 100 points on Stamina.
Especially with the start, because they you know, the first couple of points were all Stamina, right? But then I think it was, if I remember right, that P3/P4 turnaround from EXE was really strong, and they did as much as they could to kind of ride that momentum. And then when we returned to the P1 once again, they weren't giving it over to Stamina, but again, the damage had just been done a little bit too heavily, and with how good Stamina can be sometimes, turning up the heat a little bit more, got them to win, and they close it out. EXE, it's something they can build on, right? I've always talked about the verdict. When you can build on it, happy days. When there's nothing to build on, that's when it's really, really worrying.
You know, I gotta say, I think, you know, a pivotal moment that they have to focus on is that P1 first time around, right? 40 or 50 seconds goes in favor. That, I mean, I can get it. It's a little bit of, you know, intimidation. You know, it could be a little bit of out of position. You know,
Jitters.
A little bit of lack of communication.
Jitters as well.
Oh yeah, those first game jitters, dude. That's huge. But let's be real. Like, if you take that away, you subtract that. We'll say just by 25 seconds. We'll cut it in half. You put those 25 in the pockets of EXE. That game is neck and neck. You got a 150 to 120 game going into, you know, that P2 transition midway through. So, I mean, in reality, it was a phenomenal start for EXE. So I give them credit where credit is due. Focus on that first point. You can't give Stamina 50 points. You give them 50 points, they're going to take 150, as we just saw. So,
exactly.
I'm rather impressed with them as we're getting geared up for game number 2, Search and Destroy Crossfire. I'm expecting them to have a few snipers up their sleeve. I'm hoping we see at least 2 on EXE side.
That's actually that's a good point. Yeah, definitely. A couple of snipers on board would work out. Let's see if they can get the job done. But I also expect to see the same from Stamina. Let's be fair. And I'm also looking out for Drari. I was looking out for him a little bit in the first map, but I didn't really say it too much, but I was keeping an eye on him. I don't know how many scrims or games he's played with the Stamina boys up until this point, but, you know, because he's new, I'm kind of keeping an eye on how he's gelling in with the team from a comms point of view, from a strats point of view, and Hardpoint's quite fast-paced, so I don't expect it to maybe show as much. But now with Search and Destroy, that's a little bit more slow-paced. I'm really looking out on his movement, on his positioning, and how that works within how Stamina are playing.
You know what? I got to give it to the EUC. This is one thing that they have. You know, it's a pro and it's a big con because it's such a hard thing to get used to. the players here are really a plug and play. You know, I don't mean that in a negative sense, but they really you can move one to the next, and they work just as good because they already have that synergy. They're in a big Discord server. They're all buddies. They're all pals. As much as they talk crap about each other and meme each other on Twitter, let's be real, dude. This scene is very close knit. So yeah, I'm devastated by XOXO and Tragic disbanding and them, you know, finding, you know, different opportunities to take up. But let's think about the bigger picture. Like, how crazy is it that one day you are second place in a Masters event, the $50,000 tournament, and then the next day you're a part of a completely different team, and now we got to worry about you because you're stacking this. I'm just saying, like, Nova has been a dominant force in this EU competitive scene for a long time. They've made very few changes here and there. They base their players all around Yaya and his gameplay. They added Turu, they added Saturns. I mean, let's be real, they're stacked. So of course there's going to be major changes back and forth. They're trying to get the best synergy. And I gotta say, I don't know anybody else that does it this good. They change in and out. They work very well with each other. You know, and again, that's a pro and a con because you know, one day, like I said, you're second in Masters. The next day, I mean, there's nothing, right?
But if you think about it, that's kind of that's a little bit, you know, the same with Stamina, and why I've been so quick to compliment them is because they've generally stuck to the same roster for an extended period of time. I don't remember like when they've done major changes, bar maybe bringing
Narcs and
one player in.
Have always been like 4-3. You know,
exactly. So it's like developing and performing through that is just so commendable for them. So it's like I want to see more teams kind of do that. It's part of why the XOXO and the Tragic situation, as we are waiting for the last screenshot, kind of hurts me a little bit more because I don't want EU to turn into, and this is gonna sound so toxic,
just say it.
I don't want EU to turn into NA, right?
Okay.
One of the reasons why EU has developed to be such a strong region is because we said it before, there are 5 or 6 teams, or there were 5 or 6 teams that could easily be up there with the best across the world, and I can hand on heart genuinely say that. I
can agree with that.
But
even with
now,
XOXO
two of those teams, but now two
stacked teams.
Yeah, I know, but what about if that's a ripple effect? That's why, like, now I'm like, okay, let's get behind teams like EXE, like Omniscient. Let's get behind because
100%.
You know we need to. You know, there's a hole that needs to be filled. I want it filled in some way, shape, or form by teams up and coming. Whether we see a cold Esports 2.0, it doesn't matter. But my point is, I wanted to stay at those 6 teams that are able to fight for the best with the best teams across the world as we move into game 2. I know we're going on a tangent, but
the Nominee says fire him. That's toxic. That is not toxic. That is on point. Like, let's be real. The NA comp scene, everything went 18 plus. We had this conversation the other night. Everything went 18 plus. The top got so heavy, bro. It is literally boiling down to 2 or 3 teams that compete. Whereas here, everything went 18 plus, and like 3 or 4 players were affected, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you've got the same pool of players. You've got the same amount of players. Nobody has really pulled back from the scene. There we go. Round one.
That's true. Good point indeed. But yeah, in fairness, Rondo left on his own. It was a good attempt that came out from EXE in this first round. To be fair, they planted the bomb, but I think they just... I get what they're trying to do. Plant it early, but in crossfire, search and destroy, when you're the attacking side, you've really got to be calculated with that. Very heavily calculated, and looking at who's utilizing the snipers, grabbing the first kill with a sniper, I think it's just going to be so much easier for them to handle this game as the attacking side. Hasn't been the case. Grizz gets 1, Grizz gets 2.
Grizz picking up the DLQ to accompany that KRM, he's going to get one more. Wow, 3 kills in total for Grizz. He is a force to be reckoned with. I called him a legend earlier. I stand by it. Dude is an absolute cannon as we see 2 straight rounds go in favor of Stamina. This is where they seem to thrive at. This is, you know, a huge map that Narcs can violate people on. This is a map that when Grizz is on, he's on. Now, oh, it's not the KRM, that's the Shorty. Oh my god, this is so toxic. How bad is this? You got Grizz who can snipe and also pulls out a secondary that is a handheld cannon. Narc's gonna trade on Fear, Drari goes down. Zed gonna pick up one on Grizz. That's huge, but Narc's right there to violate.
Yeah, but this is really good coming out from EXE. Learning from the mistakes of the last round. They lost the first player early on, but since then they've only lost one more round the corner to go, working as a team, checking the corners. I always say it. John unfortunately misses. Well, he does connect on one of the shotgun shots, but because of the teamwork, they play it out, and now they're going to look to plant the bomb. Inferno is left on his own.
Inferno is no pushover. He is no stranger to 1v something scenarios. He's got the CR56 AMAX. This is a gun that I've seen beam people with. Granted, it was in different circumstances. It is a popular Warzone gun. It has by far probably been the longest standing meta in the Warzone era. So I got to give him that. The AMAX is a cannon. We're going to see how he does in a 1v3 scenario, as we do see Saiku actually going to push up. John going to spot him. Oh my, what is Inferno doing? Is he?
Oh, what?
I don't know.
Did Inferno have a maybe Inferno had a bit of a connection issue? That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah,
remember in days past, he's had connection issues, so that's the only thing I can think of. Interesting.
Regardless, a pretty flawless round for EXE. We're actually going to see their first points on the board there to Search and Destroy, and you can't do it like, oh my god, Seikoo and Rondo teaming up. They pick up 2 kills. It's a 5v3 scenario as a very, we'll just say a different approach to this Search and Destroy map.
I love
never
this.
see the A-side map get pushed. Drari going to drop. Saiku going to be traded. Narc still alive is a threat. It is a 3v2 scenario. Inferno or Toby and Narc. Oh my god, Toby.
Oh, the damage is done. We're left in a 1v1. Narcs has the shotgun. He looks up the stairs. Beautifully played. The debate comes on through. He knew that balcony was there. He didn't have to go up the stairs. He's going to go for the bomb defuse. That was big brain play by Narcs. Like, I saw that. I was like, he's not moving.
I was like,
I know
look,
why.
Dude was
he's looking at the balcony.
All he did was look at the balcony.
So
Guy was on the staircase right next to him. If he had moved up, like going down the stairs instead of going up the stairs, we might have had a different round there. But Narcs, very patient, did not hesitate, just stood ground, and it paid off.
But gotta say, real quick, that was a really good round from EXE. I love that A-plan push. I think that unorthodox level of play, that's something I want to see more in this map for the European scene. But as it happens, Stamina just run through them and they're 4-1 up. Like, that's the thing, like, I'm still finding ways of, well, not finding ways, but I'm still finding it easy to compliment EXE despite them being behind and kind of being somewhat technically dominated by Stamina.
There is a lot of potential in this roster, I'll say that. They have decent synergy. They are slow to start, which worries me, though. That's the only thing that bothers me. You know, the slow to start thing, it kind of takes them a moment to get rolling. Drari and Narc's going to be the last 2 alive. Zed is actually going to be the last one for the guys over at EXE. And, you know, in a game like this, you can't let it get out of hand early. You know, you don't want to be playing on the ropes continuously throughout the game. We saw it in Hardpoint. The fight was real towards the end. And, you know, you put yourself in a position, you lose by 60. 50 of those points came off that P1. You know, so I got to say, like, you got to start off on the right foot in these matches. You can't allow Stamina to have even an inch, bro, because they'll very easily take a kilometer.
110% correct. 110% correct. But 5-1 up. It's game, set, match point from Stamina at this stage of the game. They're the attacking side, pushing it through. Grizz has a shotgun. Inferno's going to grab the first kill, but Rondo with the nade is gonna at least follow suit, and K1 gives Grizz a taste of his own medicine with a shotgun kill from behind.
John gonna get dropped by the Narcs. Shorty, Toby gonna be on the right side of this wall. He did not peek his corners there. Toby is there to go ahead and clean that up, and it's a 3v2. Toby's gonna go right back to the same position. I want to see if Rondo or Seku is actually right here. And if the call-outs are on point, then Toby won't be able to violate. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So the communication's there, right? So
nice.
You know that the comms are on point. That is a huge thing, because all too often we've seen teams, especially in the NA Masters teams, like dude gets tagged one side, and like how do you not know that he's not there based off of your opponent dying? Based off of your teammate dying. So the comms are on point.
Yeah.
That's just a pivotal, that's just a moment that we'll highlight right there for them.
And the fact that they knew that they had to do something about it with the bomb being planted, time was ticking down, so they took action fairly quickly off the back of that one. As you get into this next round, they need every single round from now on, to be fair, to take it to game 3. Gian is gonna find a kill onto Inferno, but not before Zed is taken out. Grizz! Oof. Feels bad, man. Rondo goes down. John is playing around, but he ends up getting taken out. And with Fear K1 and Seiko working so well together, it's left with a 2v2, and K1 on the dryer. His face just splits it wide open.
Narc's playing time pretty decently. He's going to get exposed. Fear gets that kill, and we got another round in favor of EXE. We got ourselves a little bit of a game now. Now, Stamina still on match point. This is very much so looking like the hard point. Like, let's be real. You got one round is you got to be damn near perfect moving forward. Will they be able to do it? I don't know. It's a tough one to do. You give these guys anything.
I'll tell you what. Verdict, just do me a favor, just kind of focus on K1 and Seku together. I really want to see how they're playing together, because it's okay, just so I say that, Grizz. Takes it, K1, Seku goes down. Caster curse to the max. I'm sorry, EXE, I tried my best. And just like that, man, EXE are down to 2.
That's tough. Feels bad.
Feels bad.
Feels bad.
Sorry.
That's my god. As soon as I swapped over, Grizz came through with a smoke, bro. It looked like a scene out of an action movie. Literally just pulls the shotty and dumps Fear in Delhi. It was pretty disgusting to watch. We expected it 2-0. I did not expect it to be this close, so I'll give EXE credit where credit's due. Yeah. They've earned it.
Definitely.
They haven't earned any points in this series just yet, so, plenty of season left. They still got at least 4.5 more weeks. So I'm expecting a lot more from them on Thursday's games.
Definitely.
I believe they're playing. So we're taking a look at the scorecard. 14-3 Narcs. It is a pattern, right? So you lose 3 rounds, right? Narcs dies 3 times. Is there a correlation in that particular instance? I absolutely believe so, because when Narcs went down, those were the only rounds they lost. So Narcs, a search and destroy beast, 14 kills, literally dominating EXE. You take him down, that might have been a different matchup. Fear and Rondo and Seku, even though Seku only put 3 kills on the board, he had some very clutch kills in that, given those 3 rounds. So excited about their season moving forward. So
yeah, big time. Going to be looking out for them more. I want to see an improvement in terms of that early game, like you mentioned, and the strength they're able to pull out. The comms are there, and again, you also pointed out really well. Seku and Fear K1, noticing you guys as well. And together, I can see EXE pulling out some pretty solid results. Can they become the new legend killers? That's the thing. Give them 2-3 weeks to step up to the plate. That could be the case. And for Stamina, it's business as usual. Let's be fair. Business as usual.
Another day,
they
another
can
dollar.
walk away knowing that another day, another dollar, knowing that they've got a 2-0 series under their belt. I'm sure they were expecting nothing less. Maybe they were a tiny bit surprised by how well EXE were playing towards kind of the second half of each map. But then again, who knows? Maybe Stamina were trying different things. Remember, they're the kind of team that are not afraid to try different strats in games that they're confident of winning against lower performing teams. So that's something that we do have to put as an asterisk to technically how well EXE played. We don't know what Stamina were or were not trying.
You are absolutely right. We're going to get geared up for our next matchup of the day. Our final one, Bunker Rock Esports and Anarchy. But before we do that, we are going to take a moment to hear a word from the COD Mobile team and take a short intermission. So guys, don't go anywhere. 4 to 5 minutes tops. We will be right back.
You don't wanna see me with no limits. Rise to another level, dream to the finish with a team, independent, yeah. We moving like a steamroller, really, we extreme with it, feeling kinda mean with it. The rise will be televised. Are you ready for the rise? Are you ready for the rise? The rise will be televised.
Guys, have no fear. We are back live for some Mobile Mayhem Summer 2021. That's right, guys. Only 2 matches for today. We've got both teams in the lobby ready to go in this next series. Bunker Rock Esports and Anarchy. It had a treat for you guys today, but due to the circumstances, not enough games in the mix, I don't want to spoil it and air it in a situation where it may not get the respect it's due. And that is an interview with Bunker Rock's only Ragox. So the guy is an absolute beast. Good looking fella too. He did a face cam, bro.
Did he?
He did a face cam. I was shocked. I was like, dude, provide me a picture or you know, give me a face cam. Not expecting much. Dude, give me face cam. He's a true champ, dude. So I'm so excited about hearing that on Thursday. That's right. I'm not gonna let you guys see it today because we only got 2 matchups.
Wait.
No way.
What? Oh, so you're gonna? Oh wow, okay. Because okay. Because I can't. You know by now that I can't cast Thursday. Okay, it's fine.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
gonna
gonna
send it to you.
Please, yeah, genuinely, because I want to listen to it. That's the thing. I do genuinely want to listen to it. So I'll be excited to get to know Ragox a little bit more and questions that you asked him, etc., etc. But moving into this second game, Anarchy, Bunker Rock. You know, we talked about it beforehand. The possibility that Anarchy can capture game off Bunker Rock in this series, but I just can't see them winning it. It would require a very, very underperforming Bunker Rock side for it to happen, in my opinion. That's no disrespect to Anarchy. It's just simply putting respect on how strong Bunker Rock can and are.
Absolutely. Takeoff hardpoint is where we're going to start this matchup at. Hackney Yard Search and Destroy, followed by a domination on standoff. Bunker Rock Esports opts to ban the Annihilator and Crossfire map. Anarchy going to ban Sparrow as normal, as well as the Firing Range map. So we won't see those in any of today's matches. If you call me out on my BS anymore in chat while you're in the VC, I will kick you, my guy. I won't personally kick you because I don't have perms to do so, but I will have that bot Ronan do it for me.
No,
right?
no, you know what? We just talk shit about Nomnai while he's in VC.
Hey, exactly.
So
he can't say anything
of how trash he is, you know.
Who bans Fire Range? What a bunch of bots! Get out of here, Day.
Ronan, we're not talking about you. We're talking about Denomine. Ronan, the world doesn't revolve around you.
He's got the Denla syndrome now.
Jesus.
Always thinking he
what
did
did I
something
do?
Because he knows he did something wrong. Denla.
I heard. No, he's like Ronan's in production chat. Like I heard my name. Nobody said your name. Nobody wants to mention your name, Ronan. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Anyway.
Dude. I got a gavel too. I'm gonna spruce it up before I actually put it on display, but you guys can see it. Dude.
Okay.
So side note, I was at my barbershop yesterday in between
yeah.
break, and I literally go to sit down, and on my left-hand side, I've never seen this before, a freaking gavel, bro. So I waited the entirety of my haircut, which I sat in silent because dude likes to just have his time. I like to have mine. We just sit there and don't talk anything. There's only him and I because he's in between moving shops. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, how the hell am I gonna bring this up that I want that gavel and get him give it to me? At the end, I was like, I was so worked up. I was like, oh, that gavel, and I was just like, I was so cheesy. I was like, look, dude, my name in game for a game that I cast for is Verdict, and it only befits me if I take this gavel. And he's like, oh, sure, dude, bro, it's yours. And I'm like, oh! I was like, how long has this thing been here? Because I've never seen it. He's like, dude, I literally put it out today, and it's gone. The Verdict is in!
But you also have to go to a costume shop and buy one of those old kind of old English.
Yes.
Yep. You have to.
Well played.
And my name is Verdict, and I must proclaim the verdict is that Bunker Rock has won this series. By Jove, by Jove.
Oh my God! Sentence to life. The verdict is in. I could definitely do that. The wife said as soon as I told her the story, she's like, you know what you got to do now. You gotta dress up and rise to the occasion. I'm like, say less. I've been looking for an excuse to put a wig on. Come on.
Bro, don't change, man. Don't ever change, please. Never
I
ever
just
change.
literally got a haircut. I can't put a
you're
wig on.
perfect,
What's up with
dude.
that,
Like,
bro?
so perfect, dude.
All right,
But-
we're done with the
yeah,
shenanigans,
anyway.
the silly games, the chicanery, the dogging of the nominee in BC. Ronan, we did call you out earlier, but you don't pay attention, my guy. Clip it.
Oh, man.
All right, we're gonna start it up. Cosmos, ready up, bro. Let's go. Game 1.
Yes,
Take
sir.
off Hardpoint. You calling Anarchy or Bunker Rog Esports? I think you said Bunker Rog.
Yeah, I'm calling Bunker Rog, but I'm also noticing the fact that Miney is playing for Bunker Rog.
Oh,
Am I right in saying that?
no, you are not right. Anarchy is on the blue side. So Bunker Rog's gonna be in red.
Wait,
Genius is the new addition, as well as Cosmos, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, no, what am I saying? I'm an idiot. No, I'm a goddamn idiot. Sorry, yeah,
an
Miney.
idiot.
I'm an absolute idiot. I don't know why, but I happen to just, scratch what I said. I'm an absolute potato. I apologize. I don't know why, but my brain, yeah.
You're from
basically
Ireland.
brain
It's
fart.
only befitting that you're a potato, my guy.
Bruh.
So I mean, come on now, let's go. Game 1 underway. 10-9. A super close game. Donlight gonna come through with a slide peek. Gets Veer. Nev gonna be taken out by Hetty. And the retake might not come through early enough. 25 seconds. Miney does get 2-1 KD for him at the moment. Creed and Veery. Creed, one of those players from the XOXO roster. Genius, I believe, was a former XOXO member, so they are actually going to be able to battle it out here on 2 separate teams and 2 new teams for them as well. So super excited about their future, super excited what we got. This matchup is super close, 23-23 tied, 24 advantage in favor of Bunker Rog Esports.
Yeah, Anarchy are playing extremely well. Really like how Miney is working around, playing towards this second hard point, setting themselves up quite nicely. Need more than 2 players there, which I believe they set themselves up with the third, but Miney goes down the stairs on his own in the open and gets completely ambushed. As a bit of an F in the chat, and that absolutely opens the door for Bunker Rog to breach in and overtake this P2 quite nicely. It's going to give them a little bit of a cushion. Not saying it's over for Anarchy, but that kind of mistake, they can't let that happen too often.
Yeah, you let it slide once, it's, you know, it's not able to, you can't slide, you can't let that slide. You know, you got to be able to hold this point. This top staircase is probably the most secure rather than P3, so you're not going to get that kind of security on P1. P4, you've got so many entrances back and forth, it's difficult to maintain. P3 is probably almost, you know, impossible to break through, so you got to get there early. Bunker Rog Esports actually going to have the advantage. As I say that, Veery gets one on Donlight. We're going to see Hetty push up. Ragox going to get the better of that trade, and top control is secured. Bottom floor is secured. This is going to look and extend the lead for Bunker Rog Esports as they take a massive 30 plus, 40 plus now. Hetty going to push in. Wow, so an early take comes through for the guys over at Anarchy.
Yeah, but I found it a little bit disappointing that all I'm seeing for the most part on the kill feed is Bunker Rog slaying Anarchy players. I'm not saying it's happening all the time, but at least for the last 20 seconds or so, that has been the majority of what has been happening across the way. 78-36, Anarchy are doing what they can to stick, and then they have managed to grab hold of this hard point. So as much as they've been dealt blows in terms of kill side, they have not stopped working as a team. Momentum, energy to get back into this game. Last 3 seconds of this hard point, we're going to transition to P4. And it seems like Anarchy are a little bit more quicker off the mark to try and set up for P4 control. But again, they've done it before. They need to follow that up with actual control of it.
Creed had ample opportunity there to push in and hold that staircase, overstepped his boundaries, and is going to be taking off his death machine. That's going to be huge. This is a point where you got to get control early, and you got to maintain it, because now you're down 60 plus points. Instead, you could be neck and neck. It could be 80 to 90-ish points. you know, maybe a 15, 20-point deficit. Now you're looking to overcome what seems to be, you know, impossible. You know, you got a stout P4 transition for Bunker Rog Esports. You're not utilizing death machines or operators very well. The break comes through, but on the backs of a 15-second hold, that's not going to do you any justice right now. Granted, P1 is open. You know, it's an equal play there. Everyone has an opportunity to push in. Everybody is going to be taking shots there. It's going to be one of those points that is just not favorable to either team. And so you're going to be playing on the ropes there, and then you're going to be having the fight for P2. So you can't overstep that P1. You got to respect it. As I say that, Fury going to be there to contest. And you're going to need at least 3 players there to protect.
Okay, Kike with the Predator Missile is going to find 2 kills for his effort. Very picks up 1. KK once again with the sentry gun is going to continue to keep Anarchy in this game. P1 control from Anarchy is very strong. They have a good setup covering pretty much all angles, most notably. The breach is trying to be played out from Bunker, but credit where it's due. They're stopping them from grabbing the points across the way. Creed, unfortunately, gets taken at 111 to 81 in the last 15 seconds of this hard point. Has been a bit of a better turnaround from Anarchy.
It has, but are those efforts going to go, you know, short? Are they going to fall short of what they need? I got to say, you know, it gets to the point where P2 was not good for you on the first turn. It's starting to get a bit shaky off the start. Nev going to be getting one before he's traded. Jingy is going to be right on the outskirts. Now a great start for the guys over at Bunker Rog Esports. How in the hell did you allow them to push up that staircase and take out 2 or 3 of you guys? There was like 2-3 players on point for Anarchy, and they just got wiped like it was nobody's business. Donlai looked like he just spawned there, as if he had been there the whole entire time. And it is looking like it is going to be shut down here. As I say that, Kike gets a break. Nev's going to come through and a retake. Oh my god, Nev! 3! No, Veer shuts you down, but who is there to recap for you? None other than the remainder of your teammates. No, they're actually spawning out, so it is going to continue to extend. So 9 seconds is all that's needed. As soon as I bite, you know, and say something, another action happens. Cosmos comes through, gets the retake with Donlai there.
Oh my god, Cosmos.
Just
that was so good from him, right? He kept his nerve, and in the end, Bunker Rog take this game on. Like, so what this game exposed to me, or not so much exposed as I dropped my water, good job, but more so confirmed verdict. It confirms to me Anarchy's lack of overall teamwork, right? So individually they are able to frag out like most players, like most teams in the competitive scene in Europe, but the intricacies of teamwork, communication, and we've listened to their comms before, and we've noticed maybe a lack of comms from one of their players, or a real lack of connection there, and that was really exposed in this game 1. Takeoff is a map where you can play separated from each other, but you better be damn sure that you're backing it up with strong communication, quick callouts, and essentially just quick movement, and that was lacking from Anarchy in this game. When they did do it, like P1, that P1 control was so good the second time around, but it wasn't happening enough. It really wasn't happening enough, and that ended up being to me the antithesis of them losing this game against Bunker Rog.
You know what? I'll support your details a little further. I'll support your case a little further.
Okay.
You take a look at the hardpoint time, right? So we'll take Bunker Rog Esports for example. Cosmos and Nev rack up a little under a minute for Cosmos and a little over a minute for him, right? You know what that tells me? That means they played the OBJ together, because those times they overlap. They are definitely on point together. All right, so we'll take a look at the points over for the guys at Anarchy. Nobody was even close to getting 40 seconds on the point.
Yeah.
And the closest that we have to it is 31 seconds. Now that there's a lack of teamwork in the sense of holding the objective there. and there's a lack of the numbers being there to support it. So if you're contesting as a team and you're pushing as a team and you're holding as a team, you're going to have at least 1 or 2 players in that 45-plus second range. You know, we've seen it all too well. In games past, we've seen 3 players with 45-plus. You know, the fact that Nev and Cosmos racked up, 2 minutes over for objective time, it confirms your theory. So they're playing together as a team.
Yeah.
They're slaying together as a team. I'll commend Kike because he deserves credit. 29 and 14.
For sure.
Double positive. You did your role, but as a combo, as a team effort, it's not there.
As a coalition.
Yeah, it's a coalition of the nations.
Yeah.
As a
I love. I love
we're
how
having fun,
dramatic
guys.
you get with that. So good.
It's Tuesday. We got only 2 games today, 2 series, and we want to make the most of it.
Yeah.
We've had a blast so far
Exactly.
with you. I hope you guys have too. So I hope you're enjoying it as we are smiling, as you can see. Very genuine, okay? We got 40 nations willing to roll. At any rate.
Well, I don't know if you remember WWE back in the day with the stable Nation of Domination. That
my God, yes.
The Rock, back when he was really just starting in wrestling.
That was The Rock, Booker T. That was...
No, it wasn't Booker T. It was The Rock, Farouk.
Farouk, yeah.
D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry was in it as well.
Yes.
And Mark Henry.
Mark Henry, oh my God, the world's strongest man. That dude is huge.
Yeah. Back in the day. But anyway, that's boomer talk. Anyway, that's boomer talk. We're getting into this game too.
That was actually WWF.
Okay, that was
to
be fair, that was also WWF. Oh man. But Search and Destroy Hackney Yard. This is like Hackney Yard, I think, is obviously generally a lot easier of a map to control for like pretty much any team. So I'm hoping that the lack of teamwork will be able to be at least sponged up what is technically an easier map to control for Anarchy, because I said at the start of the series and the start of the day, I can see Anarchy taking a game off Bunker Rock. It hasn't been the first game in Hardpoint. It's going to be it has to be this game too in Search and Destroy.
It is. We're going to see Anarchy on the attacking side. They're going to be able to set the pace here. They're going to be able to set the tone. As we say that, Bunker Rock Esports is going to be trying to find an answer on the defense. We got 3 stacking the B side. Actually 2. 1 going to be pushing up aggressively. Oh my God, Veer takes the head of Ragox. A clean shot, giving them an advantage. We'll see if they're able to push collectively here. As there are 3 players ready to answer the door. 1 player, actually, 2 players evacuate as they should. Don going to be smoked. Hetty gets that one in a 5v3 bomb plant on B, or A rather. That is going to be almost the impossible to get a break on. So we'll see if Nev and the remainder of his team, Genius, Cosmos, going to be able to get this break in. No trades to come. Miney going to be there to spec, as he is going to be holding this top angle and preventing Cosmos from pushing through. Genius going to be taken down. Cosmos is going to get taken down as a 2v1 takes on head for death.
Okay.
3 kills. Let's go.
Really, really good from Anarchy. They started things off right by grabbing the first kill, but to keep things so cool, calm, collected, and very quick off the mark to get that bomb plant off without losing a player in the whole round, that'll give them credit off the back of the hardpoint loss. Vere once again finds Gradox's head and blows it into smithereens. Creed is going to get returned though, so I'm curious to see how Anarchy will play when they do have a player down. Even trade as Cosmos will connect on the Vere. Is it going horribly wrong for Anarchy?
I don't know. Maybe a little too early to call, but things are starting to fall apart. Cosmos going to get the slide beat. Cosmos gets lasered. Kike with the shots. The Holger is just too OP in this moment. In a 3v2 situation for Don and Genius. Anarchy started this round off a bit shaky, finding themselves here in this minute left in this second round of the Search and Destroy. Bomb is going to get successfully planted. There's not a trophy. Where's the trophy yet? Nonetheless, it is not going to prevent as Genius and Don are on the back flank. They might be able to cause some trouble here if they're not oust. Head is not really in a position to utilize that Finnick. If he had a sniper, maybe, but Don is going to spot the laser and the shots. Don going to get the better of that
nice.
trade. What a play from Don.
Picks him off. No, up the stairs. They're going to rocket through. In the open, Head for Death is taken out. Just one left standing. A victim in play. Miney's going to find one. No. He finds one, but not quite. The double trouble team comes through, and Bunker Rog is going to steal this round from the hands of Anarchy. And I really got to give a lot of credit to Anarchy, because the 2 rounds that they've played, they've gone for the bomb plant, and I really think that shows the level of they want to play strategical, they want to play calculated, they really want to control the map rather than just going for the kills, right? That second round definitely could have been defended a lot better, but the fact that they did have a 2-1 separation, I think made sense in the moment. You made a good point about the lack of sniper that maybe forced an exposure in the position that Anarchy had in that previous round, but in this current round, they put Rog down to just 2 players.
Well, we saw this same situation last round, and it didn't go in Anarchy's favor. Now, what I will say is Head for Death might have been a little out of place due to the fact that he was rocking the Finnick. If he had maybe a Holger, maybe if the Holger player, which was Kike, if they flipped spots and he held the top of that building, top 10, it would have been a different story, because then he could have been able to hold the bomb from that top position as well as gun players from that top position. That Finnick is very, very lethal up close, and granted the damage buff is great in situations up close to mid-range. That interaction would not have happened if he would have been in better position. So Bomb is going to go down. Kike going to go ahead and get that plant. Ragox and Cosmos, last 2 alive. Ragox with a sniper in hand. I don't know if he's got a secondary picked up, but he is just going to try and pick anything he can. Kike and Viri are not going to give them anything to work with, though. Okay, I think they see the shadow. You got to see that shadow, right? And a very well collected push comes through, but Kike picks up 2. They secure the round. That could have gone either way. Very, very great focus from Kike as both of those players pushed in almost instantly at the same time. Took down Creed. Kike was that round's MVP.
Man, absolutely spot on, as Kike just sealed the deal in that previous round. Saved the day. Nev with a double kill though for Bunker Rog. Maybe they've angered the beasts. We're only in our 4th round though. Head for Shake, or Head for Death, as he's realistically known for, does get some form of a trade. But man, Anarchy, they're down to 2. They do still have the bomb in their hands. It's Vire along with Miney, they work together. So important in Hackney R when they're down to just 2, that you stick together down on the stairs. Don't let yourself get exposed like that. Your head is open for taking. But Miney is going to return fire. Has to reposition because he is low on health.
G is going to peek out and is not going to be, or Miney's not going to be heard. The shots do hit, but is only about 20% health. He gets 1. Genius, peek ahead, buddy. Oh my God, Miney, we hit those. Genius going to be pushing up and out, playing a little bit of time here. As 40 seconds are left on the clock, Miney does have the bomb in hand, so he's going to make the rotation. Now, I'll be interested to see. That was a wall bait that could have gone well had Genius gone for the bait. Gave him his backside, Miney did. And Genius played very well disciplined. I got to give it to him. And now the reposition from Genius and Miney. It's like they're both on the same page here.
Yeah. I thought, like, it would have been too easy for Miney to go for a B plant. And I get that, right? But now, as Genius is protecting the A, the bomb is going to be planted on B. And I'm a little bit surprised that Genius didn't look to move around and reposition a little bit further. The fact that he stopped, I think, was that opening for Miney to go for that bomb plant. Now as time is ticking down, Miney only has to play the waiting game. Dance around this time and stop Genius going for a clean defusal.
Yep, Miney giving as much space as he can here as this B bomb play. Oh, what a cheeky spot. I just spectated him. He's right underneath this blue van. Literally not giving the opponents anything to work with. As soon as he pushes this bomb site, though, well-disciplined trigger from Miney. He go ahead, gets the hit marker, gives him the opportunity to know he's there.
No.
He knows that he's got time. Is he going to get this defuse off? No, he is not. No, he is!
Yes, he is!
Whoa!
He did!
Dang!
What the hell? Miney had to reload his gun. And he just didn't take down Genius in time.
He is kicking himself in the butt right now. I know it because he had perfect
Miney.
positioning. He got the hit marker, couldn't follow through. In moments like that, that's a moment that could have been changed had he had just put a little bit of thought into what was going on. The Finnick, obviously the bullets are going to evaporate quickly because those things go so fast. That rate of fire is just an absolute cannon. Literally sprays all the bullets at once, it looks like. 3-2 scenario
Miney's
now
gonna
as
be...
Fury takes down.
Miney's just going to be kicking himself in the face off the back of that. Feels bad, man, indeed. But they do return to form really well with that. So credit where it's due. It can be hard to come back from a little bit of an F in that moment, but they scrubbed it off, and Anarchy are back in the mix. Now they've got to defend against an attacking Bunker Rock side.
Yep. Anarchy says, Miney, don't worry about it, bro. We got your back. They take that last round in convincing form. Cosmo's going to push up. Creed picks up 2 in the
Creed?
beat. He's going to overextend and be taken down as Cosmos gets that trade. And Bunker Rock Esports right there to get the trades. They are at a even standstill. Kike and Viri going to be last 2 alive as Don takes down Miney. The advantage is in favor of Bunker Rock Esports. Can they maintain it? Kike spots him. Kike
Nice.
with the trades, a laser with the Holger.
Great tracking from Kike as well. He knew exactly where he was, and he took his time. He separated from Vere, though. 30 seconds left on the clock as the bomb is planted. Check the corners up in the stairs. Vere is there. Along with KK, gonna push on forward. Just one more victim in front of the Rockets is just gonna try and dance around, but no. Giving no chance to breathe. The bomb defusals played out, and round 4 in the favor of Anarchy.
Guys, I might be calling it here. It looks like we might be going to a game 3. Based off the last 2 rounds, Anarchy looking like a dominant force in the search and destroy. It literally, like, Miney drops that 1 round, the 1v2 scenario, which was so close, dude. That would have been an OP clip for him. Didn't go that way. Instead, the guys over at Anarchy play collectively well together. Nev and Genius have other plans, though, as they tag team up, and now a 2-man advantage, 3-man advantage, as Don takes down Creed. This is probably one of the worst breaks to get. Nev denies 3-4 as we're getting super close here in this search and destroy.
Man, barely had time to talk about that last round as it was happening because Bunker Rock were so aggressive, and I think that was Bunker Rock kind of respecting Anarchy and the fact that they gave Anarchy a bit too much of an opening across the way as Ragox takes down Vere while he's jumping out the window. Kike is at least going to return with a kill of his own, 4 apiece between these 2 teams. It does seem like Bunker Rock are focusing very heavily on the A bomb site, to be fair. And I don't know if there's a way of them getting around it. I think it is. But that really needs to be observed by Anarchy as Miney is left on his own. To find 1v2 now. As around the corner he's going to go, switches to the pistol, goes for a pre-fire shot, but has to move back around the corner because he knows the opportunity was missed.
So Bunker Rock doesn't have the bomb. Let me paint you a picture here. Ragox is going to go back to collect it. Is going to oh my god, he walked right by it. Not necessarily knowing complete location. Miney going to be there to oust him and spotting. Ragox is going to get top control. First shot missed from Miney. Second shot's a hit marker. Ragox picks up the Holger of Kike. We're all tied up 4-all. That bomb could have been a vital opportunity for Miney and Anarchy to take that round. But
man.
I believe Miney played exactly the way he wanted to play. He wanted to play that aggressively. He missed the first
Yeah.
shot, gets the hit marker on the second one. You know, it's a situation that it happens. It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Very tough in that situation. He committed to a certain style. He committed to a certain movement. It just didn't work out for him in that moment. But to be fair, quite aggressive start for Anarchy in this next round. Taking down Nev is quite important. Still the bomb in the hands of Cosmos. They're slowed down a bit. And remember what I said about Bunkerog primarily focused on towards the A bomb site? An aggressive start in this round from Anarchy has stopped that happening. So, good reading of the situation by Anarchy, and I wanted to see if that was going to come out. I wanted to know if a counter is going to be played through. It's exactly what has happened.
We're to see Miney pushing up aggressive. Cosmos is absolutely one shot. He's rejitting health.
Oh
Genius
no,
gonna be
Miney
there
though.
for the trade.
Oh, Miney,
Genius
don't overextend.
overextending, playing that aggressive role, and now the push back towards A is going to come through as a 3v3 will ensue. Don has cleared the path. He has made sure that the bomb side is clear. We've got one more player there. That's Veery. Veery's going to be stunned, but no push. Yes, the push comes through. Well played from Don and Genius as Cosmos gets that bomb down. Heady going to take some shots.
Beautiful.
Well played, and the 2v2 will ensue as Head takes down Don. Cosmos goes down. Genius is going to be left on his own. He's going to be under this shack. Pushes up. Heady gets the better of that trade. We're going to have a 5-4 scenario going into a potential last round of this Search and Destroy if Anarchy can secure it.
Great recovery. What was a fantastic start from Anarchy. Did fall back a bit, and I'm trying not to be harsh, and maybe I'm wrong, but Miney's overextension was really kind of a big F in that round, but then the two-man team in the end was able to turn it around, and it's sometimes Anarchy's downfalls when they do have that kind of overextension, whether it is from Miney or one of the other players. And in the open of this round, Kike opened things up, getting a kill onto Cosmos, another one onto Ragox as well, leaves it in a 5v3. This is match point as well for Anarchy. They win this round, they win the second game, and we are going to a map 3.
With Heady still alive and Kike still alive, I can almost guarantee that the guys over at Anarchy are going to secure this one. Nev and Don are going to have to play this very, very tight, and as I'm looking at it, Don is actually going to make his way over to green. We got a test from Kree. Kree gets that kill. Nev going to be spotted. Nev going to get the better of that trade. As a 1v4, much better odds than the 1v5, but you lost your last teammate in Don, so we'll see how Nev does here. Is it impossible? Possibly. But he does have the bomb in hand, so there's a little bit of light here in this dark hallway as we see bottom green going to be held. A little bit of light, just a little bit of light. This little light of mine. That's right, guys. He's going to let it shine. Kike going to spot him as he is hit markered. Nev, 8-7 at the moment. Got a 1v4 clutch opportunity. Headed, he says, absolutely not. 11-6 for him. Anarchy takes the Search and Destroy. Anarchy takes us to a domination. We're going to one of our very first, technically very first, Game 3 of the season.
Wow. Wow, I actually... Jesus, is it actually our technical... Yeah, it actually is. Jesus. Wow. Our first, like, genuine, fully earned... Not fully earned, that sounds bad, but yeah, you're dead right. Our first official Game 3 in the Mobile Mayhem season. And, yeah, good turnaround by Anarchy. I don't want to say I called it, but let's be fair. I did call it.
I don't know how to say this,
better.
but I'm sort of a big deal. My name is ImPERium, and I called this. Bro, on point. I got to give it to you. You called it. The Search and Destroy went in favor of Anarchy. They take us to a Game 3. If Anarchy cannot establish dominance here in this domination matchup early on, they're going to be in for a rude awakening. I'm going to say Bunkerog Esports, they had a very great start and finish to that hardpoint game. Never really allowed a complete point to go in favor of Anarchy. As a matter of fact, the early contest in P3, the late break in P4, it was like they never had an opportunity to breathe in that matchup.
Yeah.
This is exactly the kind of pressure that Anarchy needs to put on Bunker Rock going into this game 3 if they want to secure it. You know, Bunker Rock, all you got to do is do exactly the same thing you did in the hardpoint, bro. Just play it how you play it.
Pretty much.
And ImPERium can't catch my predictions of Sunday no cap. Bro, he was on point. I got to give it to him. Like, but let's just be real, Day. I mean, we literally had a conversation with the players about, well, you know, I won't even go on. Any rate, he was on point. He called it Seminole goes to the finals.
So, are you saying he had inside information?
I'm saying that the players were talking about a Sui date in that situation. A team that would, whoever won goes on to play Seminole, which is Vague's team.
Yeah.
And they are by far the best 18 minus, 18 plus, one of the best teams in all of North America.
Yeah.
Regardless of age. And the Sui nade from the two teams was like, you know what, we're fighting over who gets to go forward and get steamrolled by Seminole. I don't even know why we're doing this. It was funny.
Okay, no. They said no. He's talking about the NA
Master
Masters.
predictions. That too. Yeah. Facts. I mean, you called it. You did call it. He called it at 9 a.m. that morning or 11 a.m. his time.
Like, dude, like, all you have to do is ask for your ego to be stroked, and we will do it. Like, Jesus, like, chill over there, okay?
I do it for ImPERium on a daily basis.
Wow. Well, perfect. Wow.
I will never sing this little
like
light
that,
of mine
man.
ever again, though, so it's so cringe. Day, you won't ever get to hear me sing this little light of mine again. Ever. Even if there's a fire.
Wow.
All right,
Okay.
Game 3,
Okay.
standoff domination,
Anyway.
OG map, OG game mode. Who you guys got? If there were money to find, who you betting on? And by how much?
For me, I can't help but think it's going to be Bunker Rock, but this map is kind of somewhat quite isolated. And I think that's going to play into not necessarily the strength of Anarchy, but again, play into not so much exposing Anarchy's weaknesses. So let's see if that will allow them to be aggressive and forthcoming. They've kicked it off with the first kill. Kike following through Vere as well. So when you're talking about playing for the B cap, they're looking to pull it off. A lovely concussion from Bunker Rock will allow them to get a beautiful 3-piece and turn this bad boy around. Kike was able to survive. He got one, but Donley shuts him down.
Don is just an absolute cannon, bro. Fear going to be there to get the contest. But again, as long as Nev is up top of this top blue area,
wow,
there's no way that the guys over at Anarchy are going to get any kind of push onto B. As I say that, Nev falls back, and B is going to be pushed. It's going to just be reduced. It's not going to be any favor for Anarchy, but it is going to relieve a little bit of pressure.
Like, Head for Death did a great job of pushing very aggressively towards BK's A cap, which really allowed a potential opening for Anarchy to get the B cap, but because they weren't really set up, they respected that and actually played back a little bit. So I really appreciate how Anarchy are playing in this game. I'm observing better teamwork, better awareness, and what would likely seem like better comms from them, as they have managed to grab that B cap before being taken over. But Bunker Rock go, no, you may have taken it, but they don't quite take it back, and the stoppage comes in 26-20 in the favor of Bunker Rock. But this game is very close.
It is, bro. I don't know how Bunker Rock didn't get that B cap. I mean, it was
So
literally
close.
a millisecond away from being capped. And what could have been a triple cap in favor of Bunker Rock is now looking like a reverse triple cap, as A is about 60% cap. G is going to be there to recover, though. So, I mean, it's way too early to call here. I saw in chat, Denominate was like, yeah, let's go to Anarchy. Let's go. He's going all in Anarchy. If you put $1,000 on the line, you know, what would that turn around to? I don't know. But let's be real. We called Bunker Rock to win this series 2-1, so the odds are in favor of them. You got to say, that payoff might be decent. Kike could be there on the CT or the statue tank side. Don has just been a force to be reckoned with. 13-5 for him. Pulls out the death machine, but is going to be concussed. Creed tried to kill him. He does get that trade, and Don unable to utilize the death machine. Isn't going to be much, as Cosmos is there to get the trade. Cosmos is going to be taken down before any more push onto the B side comes through, and the battle for B is going to continue, but the power and the advantage is in favor of the guys over at Anarchy.
For the time being, 58 to 45. We're heading to near the end of the first half. I think it's really important for Anarchy that they hold on to that double cap before the first half ends. If they lose this B cap before this first half ends, that might send a little bit of a seed of doubt in their direction.
They're not gonna
Certainly want to put that seed of doubt in the way as they grab the B cap. Really good play from Don Lai. He's been the standout player for Bunkerog in this game. A man on a mission to turn this game around and stop Anarchy from causing anarchy in this third game of the series.
He's not going to be able to prevent that B cap, though, as it came through last second. This is going to be a 17-point advantage in favor of Anarchy. And we saw the push for the A spawns, right, from Anarchy early, right?
Yeah.
So there's a theory behind that. In my opinion, I feel like it is it's much easier to maintain the B site from A. So I know we saw a majority of that match go CB held by Anarchy, but they pushed for A for a reason. You push that A site, you get that flip, you get that spawn trap as they spawn in on gas, dude. It's almost impossible to get out of that death punch.
Exactly.
Now, that is the strategy we're going to see from Anarchy here as they start off this half. The map control is there. The plays and the trades are coming through. Don Lai might be the spoiler. No! Get shut down, Don. And A and B are now going to be in favor of Anarchy. They held all the cards and all the power so far.
That was a very passive, separated start from Bunkerog. Like, it was like a game of search and destroy the way they were setting themselves up in a defensive manner, and Anarchy just swept through. As much as Don Lai is standing on his own 2 feet, hell, he's like a rabid wolf on 4 feet, just rocking on through and chomping at the bit. When the rest of the team are following suit, Anarchy are playing much better as a team at this stage of the game, and it's the reason why they are ahead now. B cap is taken by Bunkerog, so the clawback is coming. But damn, this is pretty decent.
It is. It's only about an 18-point difference. Actually, it's the last 16. The triple cap might come through as A is getting traded. Will C be able to be capped? Hetty denies the first attempt, but it being a millisecond away from being capped cannot be denied. Ragox does secure the bag. Genius is going to be there to secure that A site. We're going to see Kike with the contest. Kike picks up 1 big kill. Hetty, head back this way, bro. Let's get this A site. Come on. There we go.
This is interesting. I like this. The flip switcheroo, just turning the mix up, you know. Like putting it all in the blender and just rocking that bad boy on 100% power and causing Bunkerog to be spun around.
Triple capped.
Like,
triple capped,
this is so good from Anarchy. I thought Bunkerog were going to be able to kind of hold out on this double cap, but Anarchy just pulled the rug from underneath them and saved the Bunkerog. You may have come into this as the favorites, but we're going to show you what we have got in our arsenal. 126 and counting to 98. A good 30-plus point cushion for Anarchy.
And a healthy triple cap, too, bro. You notice where the guys over at Bunkerog are spawning? We'll take a look at it right here. Right at this gas station. It is almost impossible to get anywhere to see. You're not going to get A. Hetty's going to be there to prevent rotation. Not necessarily getting the kill, but definitely taking a few bullets as Ragox trying to get this C-cap to come through. He doesn't have a single teammate there to help him secure that. That is going to be game.
Wow.
Anarchy does it in dominant fashion. They take the domination. They take the search and destroy. They take that prediction and shove it right down our throats as we thought Bunkerog Esports was going to be the top team here in this matchup, and we were wrong, bro. Anarchy rising up, earning those 15 points.
Look, Anarchy played so well that game. Like, so well. Were Bunkerog underperforming as a team? Yeah, I do think so. I think they had a genuinely nightmarish game as a team. Only Don Lai stood out 27-18. But, he could only carry so much weight, right? And I don't mean that as a disrespect, but, as a team, they just weren't there. in this domination game. But when you're talking about isolating Anarchy's performance in that game, they were forward thinking. They were switching things up. They were really 1 to 2 steps ahead of Bunker Rog each and every time. And I was a little bit worried when Bunker Rog, towards the end of the first half, grabbed that double cap. Really, I was like, okay, that might unsettle Anarchy. But coming into the second half, man, yeah, okay, Bunker Rog did get the double cap. But Anarchy just flipped that switch. As a team, they played so well. The best that they played as a team, as a unit, since I've probably seen them play. And that, to me, shows a lot of strength. Picking up Creed from XOXO has obviously bolstered their ability to play together or bolstered their ability to control a game. There's much more to come, but the potential is there, and this win over Bunker Rog will really, really help their confidence.
Bro, I hope it did, man. It definitely sparked a little bit of excitement in chat as I saw as soon as that game was over with. Kike and Hetty came through and just spammed all that mana, bro. They came through and spammed the space saves. Bro, you guys should have been putting those on fires because, guys, that matchup was lit. Game 3, domination. First half was a bit, it was a bit close, right? I was starting to get a little bit on the edge. I was like, man, maybe the second half, Bunker Rog might turn it around and we'll see, a different second half.
Yeah.
I was wrong, bro. Not so fast, my friend. They came through with that triple cap, and I said it is almost impossible to break. Once you're in that gas station spawn, it literally, they were clinched right there. It's like the guys over at Anarchy were just like, oh. Bro, they were like squeezing the life out of Bunker Rog, bro.
Yeah. They were drowning Bunker Rog. Man, Anarchy seriously impressed me tonight. They were the better team. They were full on the better team. Yeah, Hardpoint was won by Bunker Rog, and credit to them, but nothing in my mind, is doubtful of how good Anarchy played in the last 2 games. And yes, that they deserved to win this series, that they outperformed Bunker Rog.
Bro, outperformed, outplayed in that third game. Second, Search and Destroy was well earned too. Man, there was a clutch moment. I still can't get over that mighty hit marker in the 4th round where Bunker Rog clutched it up, got the defuse, and the kind of momentum shift, even though Bunker Rog got the defuse, that was like the moment where Anarchy stepped up their game as a team, and they had Mighty's back even after that round. I have to give it to Anarchy. They came together and played so very well in that best of 3, and I'm super excited about them for the rest of the season as we're getting geared up. Panna coming through with the roses. Appreciate you, Panna. Appreciate you guys in chat for all of the mana being spammed. Oh my God, Streg. Look at me, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. And the Goated. Those are my 2 custom, man. I appreciate you guys coming through in the clutch for that. Absolutely, we earned a rocket there too. That's crazy, man. We're gonna hold that for Thursday and give the much needed light for that 4-game stream. I'm super excited about what's coming up. I feel like I robbed you guys of 4 series today, but let's be realistic. A lot of drama and a lot of shakeup in the seed. We can't control that, guys. So we're gonna deliver everything we've got on hand. You saw the matchup between Anarchy and Bunker Rog Esports. Was that enough action? Are you not entertained? I hope so, because that was probably one of the best games and best series that we've seen to date this season. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to many more to come.
I know we haven't really had many this season, but I would even put that down as one of the best domination games from a team in quite a while. Really, really good from Anarchy. So absolutely spot on. And look, I don't know if you have the graphics updated, but I definitely want to talk about the overall standings updated, because I know we only had 2 series today, but I think it'd be important just to highlight a couple of things, because I want 2 elements to talk about.
Absolutely, I got to pull it up here as we see Nova Esports obviously in an uncontested 1st place position. They earned 20 easy points off of a forfeit due to not a team to play today. 80 points on top. Stamina overcomes and takes that second place position at 55. Oxygen rounding up that top 3 with 45 points.
And, you know, that's the unfortunate reality of kind of, you know, it is an unfortunate reality of kind of the now overall rebuilding of the EU scene, is that there is that kind of level of gap between top 3 and the bottom of the standings. Hopefully that will settle as we get through this season. You know, and the reason why I did want to kind of highlight the overall standings is just because, looking back, maybe we did put Bunker Rog on a little bit of a pedestal.
Yeah,
it wasn't deserved based on how they had been performing, you know, in the weeks previous, etc., the last season. Yeah, but when we're talking about this Mobile Mayhem season, they couldn't have a worse start, realistically. 3 series played and they're on 10 total points. That's not what we have come to expect from Bunker Rog.
And something else to notate too, they have 10 points, right? That's 5 points from 2 matchups that they won one game in a best of 3. One of those matchups, the 5 points that they earned was a hardpoint DQ. Okay? So are we putting them on a pedestal off the beginning of the rip? Yeah, absolutely. The name carries weight. But in reality, they've only earned 5 points from wins. The other was a DQ. So I'll keep that in note. Off the bat, 3 series, you know, you're averaging a little under 2 points a series. That's not good, bro. That's not, you're not trending to end the season well. As a matter of fact, you know, in the interview that Ragox and I had, that's going to be scheduled to play on Thursday, we'll get a little bit more in depth about, you know, the perception of some of those players. So we'll be able to, you know, highlight some of that. I was super excited about getting this interview done. I was super excited about airing it today, but obviously I couldn't do it to you guys. Only 2 series, not fair to you guys. So, you know, Anarchy proven, showing up today that they have what it takes to win a best of 3 against a stout opponent in Bunker Rog Esports. They have the opportunity to finish in a top 6 position, as we do see Omniscient and EXE in the mix. They have 0 points to start the season off with, but I'm expecting big things from EXE. Maybe being able to push up.
Fair.
Ultima as well. They would have more points. Granted, they didn't forfeit against Nova early on in the season. So only 10 points at the moment. In reality, they'd have 30 points. So they'd be right there in a 4th place position comfortably in front of Anarchy and VusionZ. So, I don't know. Things are getting shaken up. Things are, you know, being changed up. The scene is evolving. The scene is, you know, ever so changing on a daily basis, bro. It's hard to keep up with. You know, I try to provide you guys with everything that I know on a daily basis. So as soon as I hear it, you guys hear it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's still anybody's draft. It's very early on. Nova Esports has a healthy lead. I don't think they'll be contested, to be honest with you, regardless of the situation. You know, they'll finish with a 1st place and a guaranteed bye in that first quarterfinal. They'll have a semifinal opportunity. But does that mean anything?
Sure.
It doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. They'll have to secure that semifinal matchup and take it to the finals, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Nova is a shoe-in, bro, but if you're looking at it right now, 80 points is more than our, you know, top 16
look
finished off with last season.
They're the best team in Europe. They're the best team in Europe.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, this is true.
They're the best team in Europe. They are literally the best team in Europe.
And that's not biased. That's not biased favoritism.
No,
that's
it's
just the
factual.
reality of the situation.
It's factual. However, they can be beaten, and to be the best, you've got to beat the best. You know, they are now the blueprint of where every single other European team should be getting to. Every other European team, and we've highlighted and we've talked so much about how strong EU is as a region. And part of getting stronger is by being better than each other. And right now, there's nobody better than Nova, but the opportunity is there to become as good, if not better, than them.
You know, with that being said, dude, not every roster has a Saturns or a Yaya. You know, they don't have that firepower. They don't need to have a
Saturns or a Yaya. All they need to do is have.
They don't have a.
But they don't need to. But they don't need to. They only need to have themselves and their own confidence and their own ability and their own strategies and their own time and their own experience. They don't need their own, you know what I mean? You don't look to be the next Nova, you just be the next you know?
True. You're right. The verdict is in. Be you guys. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to play like anybody else. Do you. You know?
Exactly.
And let your team come together. Let it grow. Let it develop. Focus on what you got ahead of you. Stick to it is more importantly. This is a message for everybody out there.
Yeah,
Stick to what
exactly.
you got. All right? Grass may
Exactly.
not always be greener on the other side. I promise you it may not be. There's a chance that it's greener.
True.
But, I mean, reality, you got to focus on what's, ahead of you. And that's going to be all I say for the rest of the day. We're going to get geared up for a raid, so don't go anywhere. I don't know who we're going to do. I got a little bit too, committed to that conversation, a little bit too involved there. ImPERium, I want to thank you for the cast today. You carried me.
My pleasure.
It was great. I want to give a shout out to everybody out there in chat, the admins as well. You guys are what keep this thing going, and I appreciate you. Stay tuned next this coming up Thursday. ImPERium's not going to be with us, so give that beautiful face a kiss from wherever you're at, because we'll see him back next week. The Dominate's going to jump in with us. Got to have some action-packed stream then. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves. Later.